So I think the next thing I want to add to our aerodynamic Tetris code is how the Tetris pieces rotate. So far, the only piece I have is the T piece here in purple. The rest I haven't even added in yet. So I think I'm going to work my way through the T piece first here on camera, and then the rest of them I'll add in off camera because it's kind of more of the same thing. I don't want to bog you down with the details. And so I see from this handy resource on the Tetris fandom wiki that the T piece rotates around the central block here, the block that the others kind of come off of. And that's handy to me because that's the block that I've labeled as 0. So that'll be pretty easy to reference. And so I think what we'll do for this, I don't need this placeholder anymore. So we only need to loop over, let's see, I only need to loop over 1 to, let's see, I need to go 1, 2, 3. So I need to go 1 to 4 because it doesn't go to the end point of the range. Because I don't need to go to piece, I don't need to go to piece 0. So let's see. So the way this is set up, an active underscore piece, each element of that list is a square with a position, etc. So I need to rotate piece I around, excuse me, I need to say, let's be specific on that, square I around square 0. Yeah, okay. So let's think of it this way. Basically what I want to do, I want them to rotate around like this. So if there's a piece on the bottom, I want it to go to the left. If there's a piece on the left, I want it to go up. And if there's a piece on the up, I want it to go to the right. So I think I just need to check for each of those locations, basically. So let's start with the bottom, I suppose. So let's see. So if active underscore piece dot pause dot y equals active underscore piece, oh excuse me, that needs to be I. The piece is the tetramino as a whole. The square is the thing that's referenced. Active underscore piece 0 dot pause dot y minus 1. So if this is the one below, below goes to square to the left. So we'll put in here that we want active underscore piece of I dot pause dot x to equal this one, copy paste, minus 1, excuse me, dot x minus 1, and we want the two y coordinates to be equal. We want those to come onto the same level. Copy paste, and I don't need two equal signs there. Good. Then we'll say else if, let's see, so we just did the square on the bottom. Now let's look for the square on the left. So now, copy and paste. I want to look for whether this one here is equal to this one's x minus 1. So this is square to the left becomes the square above. And so now I want their, let's see, I can just copy this whole thing, paste. I want their x's to be the same, and I want this one to go above, so I want its y to go above by 1. And it's important that I do this with this else if. If I just did if, then it would keep triggering because it would just keep moving the square around the square 0. So this way it's only going to check for one of these. Let's see. So now we need to check for the square above to go to the square to the right. Okay, square above to square right. Here, let's write the comment first to keep track of that. Square above becomes square to the right. Okay, so now we're looking for whether their y's differ by 1. So active piece of I, active piece 0, plus 1. All right, good. Now we'll grab, actually let's grab this one. because now what I need is to change this to a plus, so now it goes to the right and stays and goes down to the same y level. I suppose I could just change these by 1 or -1. Something tells me it's going to be better to do it this way and always reference this coordinate. If it ends up looking messy, then that'll be something I try. All right, last but not least, I could just leave this as an else, but let's leave it like this just in case. Active piece I dot pos. Okay, active piece y dot pos dot y. All right, now we're actually checking for whether if it's the square to the right becomes the square below, and that will bring us back to do up here. Okay, so we're going to go with x equals x plus 1. Yes, yes. Very good. Now we'll copy this piece because I want to reset the x basically, and then I want to move this down below. Okay. So let's check. This is why comments are important, because the comments are what I meant to put in the code, and this is what I actually put in the code. So let's take a look. Square below. Yes, we are checking for square below. Goes to square to the left. Yes, that's the square to the left. Square to the left. Yes, that's the square to the left. Becomes the square above. That becomes the square above down here. Square above. That's the square above here. Becomes square to the right. Square to the right is down here. Check for square to the right. That's what's in the parentheses here. Becomes the square below. That's the square down here. Now I could also add in and the checking for the x here and checking for the y here and checking for the x here and checking for the y here. But for this piece, that's enough information to determine what's going on. And we're doing this for each of these in this range. Okay, so let's hit Control 2 to run. Okay, my left and right controls are working. Oh, and we've got a rotation. Okay, is that rotating the way I think it will? All right, I'm gonna follow the blank around. Blank goes there, blank goes there, blank goes there, blank goes there. It's kind of hard to follow because I'm following the empty space with my eyes. Okay, cool. Ooh, I'm gonna get this little gap in here. I'm gonna get this little gap in here. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a nominally rotating Tetris piece here. Oh, I was trying to get that under there. I didn't move fast enough. Okay, cool. So I think the next thing we'll do in the next episode is take a look at how to clear a line away. And then I'll work off camera to get the additional pieces added and figure out all of their rotation particulars. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.